Well, shit. I was gonna take a shower and now I have to stop to do some more recording because I've been trying to keep up with these dev insights because they're supposed to be the big changes. And I think I might do like a final thoughts on it with all three of them. But we're gonna check out the abilities, which has been a big thing, right? Abilities have been a big thing. I think Edge of Fate had a lot of good ability tuning with the stats. Like, I mean, there's some really fucking fun builds. Now, Hunters, you've been pretty much doing the same grapple, slam, grenade bullshit with the Ascension, flying. Like, Hunters need a little bit more variety, in my opinion. And Titans finally got some more variety. We got Stasis, you know, bonk hammers back on the table. There was also the fun Tommy's matchbook build and shit like that. And Storm Bolt Charge is still a thing. Like, there's some options. And Warlocks getting the increased turret buddies, along with, you know, my favorite is Controverse Void Locks right now. It feels so fucking fun. But we're going to see what they're going to do to tune and whether they're going to murder some builds. Let's find out. Dear Guardians, combat team here with the final sandbox tuning preview article for Renegades. This one is focused on player abilities, specifically buffing player abilities. Below, you'll find dozens of juicy abilities. By the way, most of these, like these insights, have been buffs and not nerfs. Like, there's been some. And I think that's very intentional because they know if they just straight nerf shit, it's just going to make people not want to come back. And so I think the approach right now is to do a bunch of fucking buffs and then nerf, you know, obviously the prom childs, but not to overly nerf things just for the sake of changing the season. I think they don't need to change the season right now. They just need people in the fucking door. There are a lot of changes here. So to avoid this turning into a novel, we're going to keep the commentary light and let the changes speak for themselves. Thank you. In addition to these changes, we have more exciting ability changes planned for the Shadow and Order release. Is it going to be another copy of Ash and Iron? Okay, enough preamble. Let's start with the Hunter changes. Mercury's favorite class. Let's see if he's going to be happy or not. Hunter, our friend Crow asked us to say thank you to all the Hunters out there providing feedback on Hunter endgame viability. We hear you loud and clear. I mean, outside of the slamming everything and doing chunk damage, which they have rolled back a couple times, Hunters have been relegated to just, Ascension, Twirling, Prismatic. Of the three Guardian classes, Hunters have the most ability changes coming to Renegades, with more on the way in the future releases. Solar! Okay, Solar, now they did get a nice buff to the fact that you can use Deadshot as a ad clear and you can keep pumping out like a bunch of shots, which is really freaking cool, and it's also nasty in PvP. Gunslinger changes are primarily focused on making Gunslinger damage more impressive. Gunslingers typically need to be precise with their abilities, so they deserve a devastating payoff when they hit their mark. Golden Gun, Deadshot, and 6-shooter, super. Increase damage against non-boss combatants by 15%. Okay. Increase damage against boss combatants by 26%. Ayo, 26%. Note the changes remove the disparity between boss damage and non-boss damage. Golden Gun projectiles now scorch. It should have done that from the get-go. It's funny because Warlock and Titan supers scorch. Golden Gun not scorching made no sense. 40 stacks base and plus 10 with increased stack fragment. When the fired inside Well of Radiance, oh my god. Golden Gun now counts as radiant. This should have been a fucking thing from the beginning. Holy, talk about the most useless thing that they did was to make it to where it didn't count, even though it was still radiant. Like, it treated it like there was two different versions of radiant, even though it was just radiant. So it never made any fucking sense at all. Like, maybe back in the day when Well did more damage, like, I'm pretty sure it's 25%. Well's 25% still. Let me double check. How much damage buff does Well of Radiance give? I think it's 25%, isn't it? Yeah, 25%. So it's just the same. And then your regular Empowering Rift does 20%, I believe. So they really nerfed it, and people forget how much of a nerf Well of Radiance got. So the fact that it was treated like base radiance, because even radiance, like you could have normal solar radiance and it's still 25%. So well is just like free radiance 24/7 until it runs out, obviously. So it's good. This is a good change. This should have changed when they changed well. Blade Barrage, 39%. Yo, I've got to know how much damage that 39% is nothing. Like Blade Barrage is a fun super. And when it does, you know, single target, when you're able to hit everything, it does a shit ton. So I'm actually very interested to see. Proximity Explosive Knife, Weighted Knife, Lightweight Knife, Knife Trick, which I've been playing a Knife Trick Ophidian Spade build, and it's really fun. Increased against red bars by 50%. That sounds fun. Increased damage against other enemies by 36%. Lightweight Knife increased crit multiplier from 1.3 to 1.5. Damn. Get your knife builds out there. I'm telling you, that knife build is fun. It just sucks because it's a very greedy build and it relies on your teammates not stealing your kills. That's the problem with Hunter is very greedy, and if it doesn't have wide radius, other builds will just kill it, like slamming and stasis titans and a warlock spamming axiom bolts across the map. Like it just, everything dies. Acrobatic Dodge, class ability, increased passive regen rate by 112%. Cooldown now matches Gambler's Dodge. This change allows you to buff your fire team. You're going to be able to have radiance on fucking demand. Like fuck fire teams. You're going to buff your fucking self. Like I'm not joking. I almost feel like Acrobatic Dodge, if you're doing like a, you know, you're going for maximum damage, might be the play now. Like Gambler's Dodge is great for the trick shot stuff, but man, that is very, very tempting. Gunpowder Gamble, which is fun. Shooting the dynamite in midair now increases by 50%. 5% in PvP, expands the radius and creates submunitions. Okay, so solar is actually cooking. Like honestly, I already played a little bit with Solar Hunter and it seems like it's actually cooking. Nightstalker. I've always loved Nightstalker, but it's also a very greedy build. I usually use Gerfalcons. It's greedy. The changes to Nightstalker in this release are mostly centered on the Shadow Shot supers. We want Deadfall to be the best choice for weakening beefy targets, while making Mobius Quiver a top tier damage choice. We are actively working on additional neutral game Nightstalker changes that we intended to release in Shadow and Order. In the general abilities section below, you'll find some changes to Void Fragments that will benefit Nightstalker in the meantime. Okay, Deadfall. Tether Source now attaches to combatants on direct impact. Great. Should have done that in the first place. Increased weaken effect from 30 to 35%. Damn. Deadfall Tether is now the strongest weaken in the game. Now immediately weakens and suppresses enemies in an area effect on impact. Holy. Mobius Quiver. While super is active, dealing damage now increases the power of subsequent Shadow Shot attacks and bow weapons. Note, this puts a bar on your screen that changes as you deal damage. When charged, your final shot or the final two shots with Orpheus Rig deals significantly increased damage, turning it into one of the highest damage supers in the game, 227% max. So the question is it the most damage with Orpheus, or is it the most damage without it? Because if you have to use Orpheus, then I guess that makes sense. It's kind of like Thunder Crash, Titan. You're gonna hot swap, but 200, that's a fuck ton damage. And I believe Mobius Quiver also still applies weaken, right? Mobius Syndrome. That's not Mobius Quiver. Has weaken? Oh, 7 minutes ago. Damn, they didn't take long. 3 years ago. I don't remember. It's either way, whatever. I swear it got some kind of weaken effect. Maybe it just allows you to hit crits better. I don't know. Smoke Bomb. Oh wait, increased super duration from 10 seconds to 16 seconds. With Orpheus, it does 20 seconds. Okay, so they really want you to have Orpheus to have more reason. I feel like Orpheus needs more than just more damage and length of time, but I don't know. I'm against. I want damage exotics to have more reason, like have a neutral game benefit outside of just swap material. Like I feel like they need to have like a very small net positive. Like, here's my thought. I feel like, yes, if you cram a bunch of stuff into that, it's going to be best in slot, but you give it a trade out. It gives you it gives you something neutral game, gives you damage, and then there's a negative, like a negative payoff. Like, so it's a trade off. You get this exotic that has a bunch of positives, but then there's a negative to trade off with it, right? Because I know if you make all damage exotics also have a different perk with it, it makes it overly powerful. So that's why I would suggest a negative into it. Like, it does this negative to cause you to choose whether it's worth the bacon or not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking out my ass. Smoke bomb. We're gonna forever swap exotics. That's the bottom note, right? That's what's gonna happen. Smoke bomb melee, increase projectile lifetime after sticking to a surface from 3 seconds to 9. Reduce lingering smoke and PvP. Oh my god! Thank God! Fuck you, hunters. Get fucked. Get fucking fucked, fuckface. Oh, the amount of spam, the amount of times I had to sit in the corner and wait for an area to clear up because it seems like it's so goddamn long. Thank God, get fucked. Reduce screen effect intensity and duration while in the enemy smoke. Get fucked. Reduce damage against players by 16%. Get fucked. After seeing how the previous smoke bomb changes last landed in PvP, we're shifting smoke bomb back to being more of a misdirection tool than a damage tool. Being hit directly with any smoke will be less frustrating as a victim, while allowing it to be more effective trap decoy as the user. Get fucked, Merc. Get fucked. All right. We got Arc Strider. Is getting a nerf, or getting a buff to its passive energy generation by 25%. Tempest Strike getting nerfed against players by 16%. Get fucked. This shit was so fucking broken. Zero skill, just jump straight and hope it hits, and then you do fucking shit ton damage. Revenant, Shatter Dive, shatter stasis crystals or enemies now grant frost armor. Huge. Any shatter grants full stacks in PvE and 2 stacks in PvE. Ooh, full stacks. Yo, Revenant, they really want you to use stasis. Silence the Squall super, increase damage against 63%, and it's not even, it says stasis Revenant, but does that also transfer to prismatic, I wonder? Strand, Thread Runner. Our Thread Runner changes are focused on increasing team play potential with Widow Silk and making Silk Strike more durable. Widow Silk, looking at a grapple tangle for a short time, now overrides your grenade ability with a free non-offensive grapple. God, what? This allows you to give grapple capabilities to fellow guardians who don't have a strand or grapple equipped. Also works for the navigate. Wait, I'm so confused. It says your grenade. Are we sure it's yours and not, like, how does your ally use this then? I feel like there's a typo here, and it's supposed to say that it gives your teammates the grapple, which allows them to choose when to do it. Because if it allows your fellow guardians to grapple without having grapple, I feel like that's what it's supposed to say, is it gives your teammates the grapple. Grapple tangles created near the ground now rise into the air shortly after creation. Huge. Grapple tangles base lifetime increase from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. Hitting an enemy with grapple melee that wasn't free now creates grapple tangle. Cool. Silk Strike, increase passive energy regeneration by 11%. Increase damage resistance by 13%. All hunter subclasses. Here we have the marksman dodge ammo pickup buff to make it more consistent, and a PvP only gambler's nerf aimed at lowering the ability spam on hunter dominance and crucibles. Get fucked, Mercules. Looking at the data, gambler's dodge has doubled the usage of marksman's dodge and has an outsized impact on crucible kill per minute and win rate. Rejoice, PvP players. Someone is who's actually listening other than Mercules is actually taking notes. Marksman's dodge class ability. Increased ammo pickup radius from 10 meters to 15 meters. Gambler's dodge class ability. In PvP only, reduced energy gain from 50% to 30. Oh, get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked, bitches. Warlocks. Solar Dawn Blade. We knew it was getting a buff, so I'm skipping this. Increased damage against combatants by 20%. Projectiles now scorch. We knew this. Voidwalker. These changes are focused on updating some of the Voidwalker's supers to be more effective and enhance the gravity manipulation fantasy. Nova Warp. Please make it actually viable. Charging the primary attack now pulls enemies toward the Warlock. That's cool. Increased primary attack damage. This, you know what this reminds me of, is Warframe with Nova. Literally, there's a Warframe called Nova, and that's what she does. She literally pulls enemies towards her. Holy shit, they they copied Warframe. But you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? Increased primary attack damage against combatants by 15%. Okay. Dark Blink now releases weakening seekers. Are they gonna show it? Yep. There it is. They were, guys, they heard you. They heard that you liked Gwen. And so now they're giving you Seekers. That's the first fucking thing that I thought when I saw that. Holy shit. You know what? I cannot be mad. At least they're doing something. You're poking with a stick and saying do something. At least they're doing something. Nova Bomb Vortex. Now repeatedly pulls enemies toward it during its lifetime. Good. It's not a one and done. It's just you're fucking sucking. You're doing the big suck. Arc Stormcallers. What about Tinkle Fingers? Tinkle Fingers has not felt good at all. Changes are focused on making Stormcaller super damage more competitive. Storm Trance. Increase maximum sustained damage bonus from 50% to 65%. Increase landfall jolt duration from 10 seconds to 16 seconds. Chaos Reach. Increase damage against combatants by what? Holy shit. 20%? Ionic Sentry no longer blinds the user on creation. Thank you. Lightning Surge, prismatic aspect only. Reduce damage against players by 16. Thank you. Thank you. Holy shit. Thank you. Also something that was also no skill, annoying as fuck. Stasis Shadebinder. Winter's Wrath has never been about the damage until now. We brought up the DPS to make this competitive with other roaming supers. The Frost Pulse, I don't understand the point of, we didn't want to make it competitive with damage. Why not? Just make all supers competitive. How fucking hard is that? Because if they're all competitive, you get to use what you want for the fun of it. Because if you don't make it competitive, people just use the thing that is the best instead. The Frost Pulse adjustment here is a PvP only change to compensate for the fact that the Warlock can now move while casting it. More on that below. Winter's Wrath super. Increased Shadow Wave damage against frozen targets by, damn, 210%. Frost Pulse class ability. We'll have to see how that plays against bosses though, because, well, yeah, we'll have to see. Reduce damage freeze radius from 7.5 meters to 5 meters. Now slows players, because you gotta remember bosses automatically shatter when you freeze them. Like they auto shatter. So this may not do anything against bosses. Think like maybe champions and other shit. I don't know. But yellow bars, whatever. Reduce player freeze radius from 7.5 meters to 5 meters. Thank God. Fuck that shit. Slows players between 5 meters and 8 meters. Strand Broodweaver. This change to Needlestorm is a response to player feedback that it's difficult to use against bosses because the needles are often wasted on non-boss targets in the vicinity of the boss. We've updated the needle tracking priority to improve this behavior. Cool. We'll see how that goes. All Warlock subclasses. These Warlock rift changes are aimed at making the Warlock less of a sitting duck when they need healing. We are also giving Empowering Rift more love. Damn, they really want you to use Empowering Rift. Healing and Empowering Rift class ability. Rifts can now be cast while moving at roughly half speed. What does that mean? Increase rift radius from 3.7 meters to 5 meters. What does that mean? Can be cast while moving. So does it follow you when you're walking at roughly half speed? I'm so confused. I guess you usually have to stop to cast it, or it stops you while casting it. I don't know. Empowering Rift, increase melee and grenade recharge rate while standing by 20%. That's actually noticeable. I've been using Empowering Rift with my my Controverse hold build just to make sure I have grenade as fast as possible. So, and you don't really need healing when you have Devour and you're blowing up an entire room with Axion bolts. So this is actually fucking cracked. Healing Rift, in PvP only, reduced healing rate by 10%. Note, our playtests indicate that allowing the Warlock to move during cast and increase the rift size made them difficult to deal with. We've taken a light touch with reducing the PvP healing rate, and we'll be monitoring Crucible feedback and data. This is going to be interesting because you got to think you can also use Void Soul, which is also an annoying bitch. Titans! Here we go. This is my baby. How you gonna fuck me over? Solar, Sunbreaker. Well, we're happy to see the Titans are enjoying the return of the ball camera builds. We also want to incentivize hammer throwing skill shots so that abilities now do bonus damage at range. Hammer throw. Impact damage now increased with range. Note, the damage increase is purely additive. The base damage is unchanged. Okay, so what they're saying is, if I go yee to the fucking ha and throw that across the fucking map, I'll get more damage. It's additive, so it's not going to change the base, which with holy shit. You know what? This is to make that one shitty Edge of Fate exotic better. No one wanted to fucking use that shitty exotic because Worm God's Caress and Syntheseps exist and are far better. This is to make you want to use it. So we'll have to see how much damage you can get. But I'm going to be honest, I would rather use Worm God's Caress and this in the same duration because you can punch things with Worm God's Caress without the hammer and still do shit ton of damage. So I'm still not going to use that shitty wannabe Thor. Make it call down fucking lightning and I'll use it. Void Sentinel. For Titans out there who enjoy protecting your allies, this one's for you. Your shield will now auto reload your allies' weapons and grant them overshield. This isn't a full return to the free reload days of the old Lunafaction boots. Instead, it'll reload all your weapons every 2.5 seconds when using the low mag size weapons like rockets. This will require some weapon switching to take full advantage of. Additionally, super defensive will now supercharge your shield throw, giving you a big damage payoff for protecting your teammates. Standing behind the shield now periodically reloads all weapons 2.5 seconds. I still don't think people will use this. We'll see. Now grants void overshield to allies behind the shield. Damage bonus while shield is reduced from 40% to 25%. You really don't want anyone to fucking use this. You are giving up, like it's still better because it gives you 25% and an extra body. And you can use Lunafactions to faster reload. Like if you think reloading is going to compensate for a 15% loss in damage and the fact that you are also losing a body, you're fucking retarded. Like this is probably some of the most retarded shit I've ever seen. It's like among the most retarded. Like guys, we're gonna make Sentinel maybe feasible. Psych, we're gonna make you not want to use the fucking super. Blocking attacks now extends super lifetime, which again, if you are losing out in damage, you maybe don't want to fucking do that. Blocking attacks, like I can see this in Grandmasters or Conquest, like you for survivability. Blocking attacks and protecting allies now charge shield throw damage. Unless it's doing 1,000% more damage, no one fucking gives a shit. This puts a bar on your screen that changes as you block attacks and when allies are behind your shield. When changed, your throw deals more damage and resets the bar. How much damage? It better be 1,000 because unless you're doing shit ton of damage, no one gives a fuck about the super. Like you had me here and then you lost me fucking here. Like how can you do something that might make it viable and then you shit the bed? Like that was the fucking reason to use it, was the increase in damage. especially overusing well. But now it's like, why fucking use that when you could use a damage super and then use like bolt charge? No, like it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make fucking sense. How fucking retarded is Bungie? Fucking dumb motherfuckers. Arc Striker. Looking at Fist of Havoc DPS, it could use a damage boost. We've added a simple mini game to the attack to show it some love. Light attacks now increase the next heavy attack damage. So, okay, light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy. That's the mini game. Stasis Behemoth. The recent Howl of the Storm changes have landed, but it's dealing a little too much sustained DPS and in some cases outclassing every other ability in the game when using during super. Hence the one PvE nerf we mentioned earlier. When using super, increase super cost from 5% to 50%. Fuck! Bro! Titans are getting fucked, dude! Titans are getting fucked! Why does it feel like Titans got nothing to look forward to? Like, we're talking about Titans. I am actively not looking forward to any fucking thing. Like, you've got to give us some big boy something. Like, Hunters are eating good, Warlocks are eating good, but goddamn, Titans are getting fucked in the ass. Give me something to be excited about. The PV only changes to Banner of War is a response to player feedback. The Banner of War melee damage bonus is oppressive to fight against. Melee damage bonus against players scales with stacks instead of always being at full strength. I think that's fair. Note, like, that's fair. Like, when you get Banner up, people are just running around glaives and just one-shotting you. Unarmed melee can now one-shot players at 2 stack with 200 melee at 3 stacks with... I take back what I said. General abilities. These are several little buffs here and there, and we'll add commentary where necessary. Suppressor grenade no longer suppresses the user. Thank fucking God. Increase detonation by 10%. Spike grenades now attaches to combatants. That makes sense. Void fragments reduce the negative stat of echo undermining from -20 to -10. Thank God. Echo provision now gives +10 stats. Ooh, echo exchange 10 melee. Remove negative stats from all fragments except echo of starvation, echo persistence. Note, Void had more negative stats than the other damage types, so we eased up on the penalties. Our goals for subclass build crafting is that there should be clear trade-offs without feeling punitive. And Void, I'm telling you, Void Warlock is gonna feel fucking sick. Void, like, maybe Hunter too with the damage options, but like, invisibility, updated visuals to be slightly more visible in Crucible. Note, this is a response to Crucible feedback that invisibility is too effective. You know what's fucking funny is Merc could have literally said, keep ears tuned. Like, he got so much backlash for his snarky comment. He could have literally said, we got things in mind for you guys. Look forward to the future. Like, he could have said that instead of being a fucking asshole. This goes to shows, this is what the sad thing is. When you have stupid ass developers like Mercules, who literally kills any reputation, and they literally could have done good PR. They could have done anything. Bungie already had some things in mind for PvP, and instead of just saying, hey, keep your ears tuned, or, you know, he's like, I'm gonna piss you off for no fucking reason and look like a jackass for no fucking reason. Even though our company is actually taking some notes. Now, whether these are good enough, that's a different argument. At least they're doing fucking something. Overshield. Enemy VFX now scales with the overshield's remaining health. Note, this was added to allow players to eyeball how much overshield an enemy has before deciding to engage. Arc. Lightning grenade now attaches to combatants. Flashbang no longer blinds the user. Strand. Threadlings that lose their target before impact will land and look for another combatant instead of exploding. Note, this will reduce the cases where your big gang of threadlings will explode on a single dreg. The result is that they feel smarter and more alive. And threadlings in general, I would still not use the threadling perk. It's still ass, but threadlings in general have been popping off, but I think they still need a buff like that for end game. Like, I feel like with the artifact, they're doing really well right now. That's all, folks. Renegades is right around the corner. We hope you're excited to start playing these sandbox changes. As we mentioned earlier, we'll also have significant changes in addition to Shadow War and beyond. Dude, Titans got fucked. they got some slight buffs, but it feels like Warlock ate fucking good and Hunter ate fucking good. Dude, it feels bad to be a fucking Titan main. Like, I feel like there's things you could do. Like, what about throwing hammers? They could use a buff. What about the spinning hammer? Could use a buff? Like, shit, dude. Like, Behemoth Titan's great. Prismatic Titan is everything, right? Thunder Crash is Thunder Crash. I feel like Void Titan needed more buffs to be viable. Like, Titans just don't fucking matter. Like, why would I ever use Banner? Like, why would I ever use the Banner super? And yes, I know axes literally exist, but I'm talking about the other supers. Like, if the like Bubble needs some love because it's been like bastardized. Why use Bubble over Well? Why use a Captain America over literally anything else? I just, it feels fucking bad, man. Like, Stasis Titan popping the fuck off, but that's like the thing that comes to my mind. Like, Thunder Crash, it feels bad. Like, I'm actually excited for some of these Hunter. Like, there's some new Hunter tech to play with. Warlocks have gotten some juice. Like, it feels bad. It feels like Titan. It feels like the final shape where Titans are getting shafted again. It really, we've gone full circle to final shape where Titans get shafted. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe we'll have some the exotics will make things crack down. I don't know, but like, it feels like Titans got shafted. Warlocks just are fucking premium right now. Hunters are going to be premium with some of the buffs they're getting. In PvP, they've always been premium, but maybe with the nerfs, they'll be toned down a little bit. But Warlock is like the best neutral, like in the middle. Like, it's just good. I don't want to go back to being a Warlock main. I love Titans. Mostly because I love Stronghold builds. I love the Stronghold builds. I just don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to Warlock because they're so fucking fun. But damn, I hate their jump and I suck ass at the jump even after 2 years of playing Warlock. Fuck. I love Titan. I like going bonk. It's nothing. Throwing a hammer and just one-shotting things is so satisfying. And being able to be a sword master of strongholds. The moment they give a Warlock a sword exotics, the moment I become a Warlock main, I'm just going to tell you right now, I will betray. Strongholds is so fucking fun with Prismatic and doing an aggressive build with it. I haven't done it mostly because none of the content in the portal actually needs you to do that. Maybe with the next expansion with GMs coming back, I'll be able to get back on my bullshit and do that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Especially with speed. The portal puts emphasis on speed over anything else because speed determines your score. And so that's the bad thing. The game is no longer about playing your way. It's about playing the way that Bungie wants you to play and playing as fast as fuck, boys. It's unfortunate. Anyways, let me know what you thought down below. I think Warlocks won the most. I think Warlocks got the best buffs. Hunter's got some good buffs. They got some definitely nerfs, but they needed it in PvP. That's another thing. PvPers, was this enough for you? Do you think this is going to move the needle in PvP for you with the ability spam and the invisibility and all that other bullshit? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Huzzah!